Oh, what do we have here? What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and as you can probably tell, I got a new exhaust for that. This is exciting. So as you can tell with this one, I went with the M4 again with the R6. It was the same one that I had on my R3. I was going to go with the Competition Works for this one, but long story short, I just ended up going with the M4. Remove some of the packaging here, get rid of some of this. I've opened the box, I just haven't looked at everything else yet. I'm just so excited I picked it up yesterday. So this here is our Y pipe. We got to cut the muffler box off, which is retarded. I do the same on the R3. I don't know why I have to do the same on the R6, because the R1, there's just a clamp. This mine had a clamp. And this is our carbon fiber can. So we'll rip all that apart here in a little bit. But we're going to start with the lengthy process of taking off the fairings, the can, because we got to take it out. And then we're going to go to my buddy's place. We're going to chop the muffler box. But I'm going to try to see if I can just take off the one fairing here so I can get at the bolts behind the rad. I really don't want to take the other side off, so let's get this started here. I'm excited. I can't wait to put this on, make it a little louder. It sounds like a damn sewing machine right now, so let's get her done. Alright, so I'm going to start by removing this bottom fairing piece here. I think when I'm all done, I'm just going to keep this side and the other side off, just the lower fairing, just because of the look. It looks good. My buddy with the R1, he's got the same look, so I might just do that. So I'm going to start by taking this off, and then I'm going to start working on the fairing. So this should be good. I don't know how well this video is going to be because I do have a stand for it, so we'll try giving her a go. I do apologize about the lighting. It's probably garbage right now, but we're gonna make do with what we got, I guess. Actually, I do have Torx sockets. I should just use those to be a little bit easier. And my fat head's probably in the way. I apologize. Kind of screwed with the room that I got in here, because my car there, the Miata, is not working. Don't know why. Can't figure it out. It's been a year now. Really want to drive it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a socket for that one. Really bad with bolts too, where they go back. It's ridiculous. Try to keep them somewhat organized, I guess. If you plan on doing a M4 swap, hopefully this video should be somewhat of a guide to you. Although my production quality isn't the greatest. Is it one piece? Oh, there's another bolt. I don't recall it being one piece. I've taken it off once. There we go. So this is the part here that I want to keep off. This bottom fairing here. So we'll just put that aside for now. Engine's still hot because I drove here. So it gives us time to work on the fairing for everything else to cool down. There's also little tabs Oh fuck. There's little tabs here on the inside that we're gonna have to pop out. Grab a small Allen key here instead of a screwdriver. There's a little push-in clip there. Two, should be one more. Gotta be careful of the rad because I don't want to damage it. This one's a bit tricky to get to. Of course, the guys across the street are mowing the grass. City workers for you. So now I'm going to start working on the actual fairing here a bit. I want to keep this one relatively close by because I want to make sure it goes in the same spot as where I took it out. Again, I do apologize about the lighting and everything. My garage is packed full of stuff right now. So my camera just cut out there, so I took off the bolts. The bottom is still somewhat attached. I think it's just some locking tabs. So now we're just going to start on the top portion. There's a little cover. Got to remove that. There's another bolt in there. Remove that. Go from there. Alright, so these guys here are just the push-in tabs as well. So I've got my little Allen key here. Pop them out. Oh, drop the Allen key. I think there's 2 or 3 on this one. I'm only feeling one. Oh no, there's one there. Don't have the nails to get it out. One, 2. I think it's just the 2 should come out. Hopefully. I hate taking apart fairings. I'm always worried that I'm going to break the plastic tabs. There we go. So just the 2 push pins, just like that. There's also another bolt in here as well. It's a bit tricky because they painted this sucker black instead of the chrome. Alright, after that black bolt I was talking about that's in here, I've been fighting with this thing for a while because none of my bits were working for some stupid reason. So I'm doing it this way because I don't want to strip it. So it is working with this Allen wrench here and this wrench. Just kind of give me a little bit more torque in there. Okay, I think we're good now. Yep, she's gone. Alright. A little worried there. I didn't want that thing to strip and then I'd be screwed. It's like, no. I don't know how it was in there so tight. I didn't tighten it that much when I did my oil change because I gotta take this fairing off anyway when I do an oil change. Oh wait, no, it's not this one, it's the other side. So it's, oop, there you go. That would explain why it's a bit tough. Actually, I've never taken this side off. I've taken the other side off, so. Alright, let's see if we can get this fairing off, see how loose it is. Feels loose, feels like it could come out. I still think I'm forgetting a bolt. Woo, and there we go, just like that. One fairing off. I'm going to put this away and I'm going to see if I can try to attack the exhaust just from this side. If I don't have to take that other fairing off, it's going to make life a hell of a lot easier in dealing with the fairing. So we'll put this away and I'll see if I can get in there first. If not, I'll do the procedure on the other side of taking the fairing off, and then we'll start with the cam, take that off, take everything off, and chop her in half. Alright, so looking at everything here, believe I can get my ratchet up in there. It's a little tight on this side, but I might be able to make it work. Once I can do that, then the whole thing should just drop out. Just got to be careful of this bottom piece right here. But if I keep it all attached, we should be good to go. So now I'm just going to start doing the can. We'll remove the can, remove the O2 sensor, remove the servo, and get this thing out. And the quicker we get this thing out, the quicker we can put it in and get a cold start for you. Alright, so I'm going to start by taking this cover off here. Need my Allen wrench, Allen key. Woo! This guy here's got a bit of a red thread lock on it. And it's stuck on my wrench, there we go. So we're not going to need this cover anymore. Got some motorcycles around here. Just sending it. Of course, it's been crappy here the last couple weeks. It's just been raining and raining and raining. This whole long weekend here is supposed to be really beautiful. I'm going to use this quicker. It's supposed to be really beautiful. And then I get my exhaust. It's like I want to get this done as soon as possible so I can go out and ride. Just a little guy. I think there's 2 or 3 of them. There's 2 of them. So far, right now, I want to say when I did the M4 on my R3, it was a lot quicker. Came home from work in the evening, 9 o'clock, pulled everything apart, took it to work the next day. I cut it at work, came home, put it all back together that night, done. So, quick and easy. Alright. I don't know if you guys can see that there, but your servo's right there. O2 sensor is in and behind that. So we're going to remove the clamp here for the can. Actually, what we got to do first is get a wrench and remove the servo cables, and then we got to remove the rear set here so we can get it all out of the way. Actually, I should probably, can I get the rear set from here? We might have something that'll, yeah I do. Oh! Move these out of the way. Alright, so now I'm just going to grab a wrench here. Might be a 10 mil. Again, which might be hard for me because I don't have a fucking 10 mil. No, it's too big. Alright, I'm going to go find a wrench. Oh, that was easy. Just get her back off. There's 2 bolts here. Nuts, I should say. A little bit of an awkward spot here. Let's take this one off here. Give me some more room. There's one. Alright. And there are your servo cables. Right there. And take off the mounting bolts here for the exhaust because the rear set looks like it's on there as well. Guess I should have done this one first. There is a backing nut here, I believe. Something there. It ain't moving, so I'm just gonna keep it there. Those are for the rear set. I don't want to mix up these in the rear set. You can just move like that. You got your cables here. O2 sensor I'll remove shortly. All I'm going to do is remove the can now. I'm going to put these in here so I know where they go. Ah, holy shit! Oh, I'm going the wrong way. There you go. Not the first time I've done that. Oh, this is exciting where this is coming off. I should let that mounting bolt on. Wait a minute. Just to keep it upright. This is a weird clamp. I know I got clamps that came with it. Like I said, I've just opened up the box and looked in it. I actually haven't taken anything apart. Just saving that for the video. Yeah, we should be good. Open that. There we go. Remove these cables. Oh, come on, you son of a bitch. And just like that. Just keep her like that. Alright, so now that we're in here, we can get access to the O2 sensor. We can remove the O2 sensor, disconnect the servo wires and the oxygen sensor wires from this little bracket here that's on the back side of this rear set. Remove them, get it out of the way. Once that's out of the way, we'll start taking off the header bolts and then these mounting bolts here that hold the muffler box into place, and this bad boy should come out. I'm going to actually remove this other bottom side fairing here as well, because like I said at the beginning of the video, most likely won't use that anyway. So I'm going to remove that really quick and then grab my wrench and then we'll take off that O2 sensor. Alright, so I managed to get that lower fairing off. It was a bit of a bitch. I almost broke a bracket, but I'm not using it, so I just took that whole bracket off and got it off. But I got something cool to show you. Check this out. So this here is the R6 exhaust, and this here is the old exhaust from the R3. Pretty neat, eh? They're both freaking heavy. I think this can is heavier than the R6. Alright, I don't have a decent sized wrench, so I'm going to use an adjustable. Get in there and get her loose. Might be a bit tough. You need a wrench for this. This wrench is massive too, it doesn't help. Well, that's a fail. Don't know where my other ones went. How long is this? I could probably make do with it. Actually, I could probably take that off. Oh, look at that. I didn't think that would work. Now we can remove that. The O2 sensor wire is in with this as well. But I want to remove the servo cables from this, which I don't know how to do on this. I've never seen this clip before. Yeah, see, my pliers are busted. It's all hard to get leverage on it. Alright, I could probably just do this. I gotta remove that O2 sensor. Let's get this out of the way here. Alright, so I don't have a lot of room, but if I can drop the muffler box, I can at least get the wrench, original wrench that I had, the adjustable wrench, to take that off. So what I'm going to do now is the fun part of attacking the header bolts. Alright, that wasn't easy, but I got all 8 of the bolts off with keeping the fairing on the other side and being careful that I don't damage the rad. So that was a go. So now the only thing we have left is the 2 mounts that hold the muffler box, body mount, I guess, whatever you want to call it. Remove those and the whole thing should come out. We gotta be careful because I still have that O2 sensor hooked up. So once I drop that a little bit, then I should be able to take that O2 sensor off and we are good to go and we can go cut this thing. Alright, so I just did the other side mount. Now I'm gonna do this one and we should be good. There she goes. She's loose, boys. We'll move these out of the way. We're gonna have to brace this here so it doesn't fall down. Whoop! There she goes. Keep that bolt there. Where's my wrench? I don't want to go down too far because I don't want to stretch that wire. Probably the smarter idea to do it. Oh, there's a gasket that fell out. With it mounted. Well, this wasn't very smart to do it this way. So don't follow my steps. Three out of the 4 exhaust gaskets fell out. Alright, well the whole thing wants to come out now. Don't come out yet. Kind of screwed right now. Throw that back in there. Oh man. Alright, after screwing with this thing for a bit, I think I broke it loose finally. I should have just went out and got a sensor socket while I had the chance. Because now that it's out, there's no way for it to like be mounted to anything unless I put it back together, which I don't really want to do. Without it being mounted, it's a lot more difficult to get it out. But I'm pretty sure I did see it turn. I'm hoping I did. It felt like it did. There she goes, boys. She is out. There we go. Let's get all this shit out of the way. Carefully lower this out. 3 out of the 4 gaskets stayed in there. And there she is, boyos. That exhaust is out, so now we just gotta get it cut. I think along this weld. I'll have to look at the instructions. So we'll take a look at that. Take everything apart. We're gonna take the Y pipe with us. Alright, so I washed my hands there a bit. Buddy that I was gonna go see with the chop saw, he's actually bringing the chop saw to me, so that is awesome. Don't have to go anywhere. So we're gonna open up the packaging now and see what we have. So this is our can. This bad boy here. We'll just set this down and we'll open it. That would be the instructions there. Got a cool little M4 sticker on there. Some extra hardware that we're going to need. A little tube of anti-seize there. Yeah, to figure out where those go. Definitely slap that on the toolbox for sure, along with all my other stickers. And this here is the instructions. Yay, because what man ever reads instructions, right? So it's the shorty style one, identical to what I had on the 300. I really enjoyed it. So first step to the project, remove blah blah blah. So I'm cutting it right at the welds of that muffler box. So that shouldn't be too hard, because with the R3 I had to measure like 3 inches or something. So it was like measuring it 1,000 times to make sure. Got to grind it smooth. We'll make her work, boys. We'll make her work. Alright. Well, that's enough of that shit. Nobody wants to read that shit. Throw this all into here because I will need that later. I just don't know how. Look at all this stuff here, and then I'm going to attack the bike again to get rid of that servo cable, because that needs to get out of the way. So I'll try to do that before Buddy gets here with the chop saw. I'll try to open up the can here. Oh yeah, I gotta take that baffle out right away though. Ooh, she smells new. Oh yeah, boys. She is beautiful. I will take this off a little later just to protect it for now. But yeah, she's nice. And we'll set that back actually in the box. And this is our Y pipe. There's a shorty style exhaust, if you will. It doesn't come out all the way like some of the other ones, like my buddy's Acura on his R1. But yeah, no, it should be good. Just like so. Oh, I'm excited! Alright, I'm gonna go attack those servo cables. So that'll probably be boring. I'll save you the view for that. We'll wait till the chop saw comes and we'll get to the exciting part, chopping her up and then putting her back together and giving her a cold start. Yeah. What do you want? You want it straight?
Up and down.
Closer. Can you get closer?
I might have to spin you around to get it closer. Let's say base as close as I can get. Is that it? Yeah, that's fine.
1 hour later.
This conversation we're having with Trevor. Ready?
Holy fuck! Just vibrating away.
Need a massage? Holy. Angler's almost through, but
Yeah. She's just a bitch.
we through? There we go.
I'll figure it on the side, but it
That's it.
doesn't matter too much.
Let's see how it fits with the,
I'm gonna file her down first.
yeah.
Alright, so my camera just died, so now I gotta use my phone. So we got it all cut off. It's not exactly straight, but shouldn't matter too much. But I can't get my Y pipe on because I gotta grind down this here, and I don't have a grinder, so now I gotta go to Buddy's shop there and use his grinder. In the meantime, before we did that, I ended up taking the tank off just a little bit and taking the servo motor out. And that's the servo motor there. I'll maybe do a video on that when I get my servo buddy. I already have a check engine light on because of an O2 sensor apparently. So I don't know what's the deal with that. So I'm not too worried about that. So I'll just get the servo buddy a little later and I'll make a video on that. So right now I'm gonna pack this stuff up and head down to the shop and get it cut up, or grinded down, I should say, not cut up. All right. Never thought I'd have to put it on the trailer for an exhaust, but she's done now. All right, it is the following Saturday now. It took me exactly 1 week to complete this project. It was crazy. It is finished right now. I just picked it up, brought it home on a trailer. I know, weird. I'll explain what happened very shortly. I'm going to finish putting the fairing on, get everything done because it's finished now. I did start it up. It does sound great, so I will do a startup clip very shortly. Probably take the baffle out right away. It needs to be just a little bit more louder, just a little bit. And then I want to wash it because it is filthy. So I'm going to put that together and wash the bike, and then I'll let you guys know exactly what happened.
Swirl. Oh my God.
Alrighty, she's all cleaned up now. Kind of did a half-assed job. Went and took the baffle out. So the baffle is out. So now we're going to do a quick little cold start here. Camera can focus there. As you can see, it's low. So it is a true cold start. Ooh, she loud! Turn that off a bit. Don't want to piss the neighbors off. Yeah, no, that's it. New M4 slip-on. finally installed. So essentially what happened with the bike is once I took everything off, everything was good, everything came off like it should, there was no issues. I took it, once I showed you the camera died, so I took it to my buddy's shop, took it over there, we grounded it down because there was little notches on the end, so you had to grind them down a little bit. So it was there for about maybe an hour, hour and a half, grinding it down, and it was a bit tough to get the Y-pipe onto the stock headers, but we managed to get it on there. So I come back. As I come back, I finish taking the servo out, put everything back together because it should just slip right into place. I did the same exhaust with my 2015 R3, no issues. So once I finished that, got down, tried to put my header on, and I couldn't put my header on. One of the ports, I think it's a third port, the second one from the right, it wouldn't sit in flush for some reason. It kept sticking out and it was all over the place, and it was close to one of the studs that the flange bolts onto. It was really weird. I'll post some of the photos up so you can see, but there was this gap that was there, and it just wouldn't sit flush, and I wasn't going to leave it like that, so I thought, well, maybe if I tighten it a bit. So I tightened it, and it was not tight on, how should I say this? When I tightened the nuts, there wasn't as much threads coming from the studs on each side. They were all over the place. One barely came out, one was a quarter, one was a lot, like it was all over the place. So with that being on there, I thought maybe if I wiggle it or whatever, do anything I could, it would go into place, but it did not. And it was up against my oil pan. I could not get the slip-on on. It was just ridiculous. So I asked 3 buddies to come and take a look because they're like, why can't it go on? I'm like, you tell me. They tried, they could not get it on either. Talked to a motorcycle mechanic, and he's never run across this either, and he's got the same bike as me, but he's got a full Akrapovic system on his. So I went, took the bike, got a trailer, took the bike over to Destination Cycles up in Airdrie. That's who I bought the exhaust from. That's where I bought the other one for the R3 as well. Took it up there yesterday on Friday after work, and they called me this afternoon and my bike was done. So I was like, hell yeah. I went over there with the trailer because I didn't want to drive it because I didn't have the fairings on it. I could have, but I just didn't want to. So I went up there to pick it up, and he fired it up for me right away and just smile from ear to ear. So it was a great day for sure. It only took a week, but we finally got the bike going again. So hell yeah. Anyway, that's going to conclude it for this video. If you do like it, hit the thumbs up button. If you want, subscribe. You can see more content, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Voices in